So if you're serious about building muscle, today I'm gonna share with you everything I wish I knew as a teenager. If I knew everything I know now about building muscle as a teenager, I would probably look like this. Okay, maybe not like Chris Bumstead, but definitely like this. Yeah, that's more like it. I've always wanted blonde hair. The point is, because of what I know now, I would do so many things differently. So if you're serious about building muscle, today I'm gonna share with you everything I wish I knew as a teenager. I guess you can say I've made some progress over the years, but I didn't really start working out till I was about 19 years old. I started my fitness journey as a CrossFitter, which was awesome. It taught me a lot of new skills I never thought I could do. It pushed my body past limits I never thought I'd reach, but it also helped me answer a lot of questions I know now about building muscle. Then after a few years of being as competitive as I could be, despite some injuries that slowly steered me away to wanting to try something new, I found bodybuilding, and this is where it all changed for me. Now, before we get started, I want you to keep an open mind that everything I'm gonna share with you right now are from everything I've learned from my education, experiences as an athlete, competitor, coach, and someone who truly cares about helping you in your fitness journey. So if I was still in my teens and wanting to build muscle, this is what I'd say. Start with a plan. If you're a teenager just getting into the gym, odds are you have no idea where to start, what exercises to do, how to do them, or even why you're doing them. And nothing feels worse than walking into the gym without a clue or a plan. The truth is, you'll save a ton of time and make faster progress by simply following a structured plan. Think of it as a roadmap. A plan gives your training purpose and direction instead of just guessing your way through your workouts. Now, whether you decide to buy someone's workout program or simply find a free workout routine on the internet, I'd say look for something that prioritizes compound lifts. These are exercises like squats, bench press, pull-ups, deadlifts, rows, which target more than just one muscle group at once. These will be more effective at building strength and muscle at the start of your journey compared to prioritizing isolation exercises which only target one muscle group at a time. But more important than having the perfect plan is building the right training habits, the ones that actually stick with you over time. For example, commitment, showing up not just for a week, but week after week. Consistency, making training a part of your routine, not just a random drop-in. Intensity, learning to push yourself to true muscle fatigue and not just stopping when it gets uncomfortable. Proper form, training smart to prevent injuries and actually target the muscles you're trying to grow. Patience, understanding progress takes time and so does proper recovery. Awareness, knowing how to gauge your strength and adjust your weights based on the reps you're aiming for. All these training habits take time to master, so get a plan, commit to the process, and trust that every rep is taking you one step closer to your goal. Number 2, don't waste your money on pointless supplements. Supplements can certainly help support muscle growth, but are not the magic solution to your problems. The average gym goer can spend anywhere between $50 to $150 a month just on supplementation, and the reality is most of that money goes to overly hyped products that don't do much. I know it's hard with social media flashing you with the next best thing, the fat burners, testosterone boosters, detox powders, muscle builders. I get it. It's overwhelming, but the truth is most of these supplements are a waste of money. Now, not all supplements are a total waste. There are a couple that are well researched and can actually help, but not absolutely necessary. So here are the two I'd recommend: whey protein and creatine. Whey protein is a fast digesting source that is great for muscle repair and growth and can be extremely beneficial, especially if you struggle to hit your daily protein target through food alone. Creatine is one of the most researched and proven supplements for muscle growth that will not only help with increased performance and recovery, but also have cognitive benefits as well. As a bonus, you can also add a pre-workout stimulant that has caffeine and beta-alanine if you're looking for a tasteful energy boost. Now, just because these supplements are proven to enhance your progress in the gym, they should be viewed as a complement to what you're already doing, not a necessity or a replacement for what you should be doing. Nothing will ever replace a proper training, diet, and sleep regimen. Tip number 3. Since we're already talking about sleep, here's something crazy that you probably didn't know. Insufficient sleep is actually linked to a higher risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. Not only that, but the less you sleep, the shorter your lifespan tends to be. Crazy, right? And honestly, it only gets worse from there. As a teen, I know how easy it is to stay up late playing video games, scrolling through social media, or pulling all-nighters at a friend's house because I've been there. Ever since learning about the importance of sleep and how it plays a major role in our body's way to heal and repair itself, I never looked back. Now, in terms of longevity and building muscle, sleeping 7 to 9 hours a night is the recommended sweet spot. I didn't make this up. The sleep gurus did. Now, insufficient sleep has its negative effects that will hinder the muscle growth process. During sleep, your body repairs all those tiny tears from exercise and grows while we rest. But if we don't get enough sleep, then it slows down its repair process. You also experience less growth hormone, which is critical to building muscle. In fact, this is a hormone that people pay hundreds of dollars for to inject themselves with, and you aren't getting the most of it because you are too busy scrolling on TikTok. You also experience higher levels of cortisol, decreased levels of testosterone, increased cravings for junk food, a more compromised immune system. I can keep going, but I think you get the point. If you're serious about building muscle and living longer, get to bed early and make sleep a non-negotiable. Tip number 4. All right, this one's for all my skinny guys because trust me, I've been there. I used to think having a six-pack was the goal. I mean, yeah, it looks cool, but what's the point of being shredded if you're just skin and bones? Growing up, all I wanted was to have some size, to look like John Cena or The Rock. But no matter how much I ate, I stayed the same skinny kid. If you're already lean and on the skinnier side, your focus should be to lean bulk throughout your teen years. What this means is stop wasting your time constantly switching between bulking and cutting. Instead, eat enough food to put you in a slight calorie surplus to fuel muscle growth without adding unnecessary fat. The more obsessed you are with staying lean and shredded all the time, the less muscle you will actually build. Now, this doesn't give you a free pass to eat anything and everything because dirty bulking and gaining too much body fat defeats the purpose. It's called the lean bulk for a reason. Now, as a teen and in school, learning the basics of nutrition, like what macros are, how to track your food, or how many calories you're eating is great practice. And if you're already doing that, then you're way ahead of the game. But if you're completely new to all of this, don't stress it. You don't have to have it all figured out right now. The key is to build better habits first. So here are some simple habits to focus on. Eat protein in every single meal. A good rule of thumb is at least the size of your fist, and if you're not eating as often, then you may want to consider doubling up. Fill up your plate with as much real food as possible. Think whole foods, less processed foods. Listen to your parents when they say eat your veggies. Trust me, they know what they're talking about. Now, what about if I have a sweet tooth? Eat more fruit. It's nature's candy, and if you're someone that likes a little dessert after dinner and struggling to eat more, then some dark chocolate or some peanut butter can definitely do the trick. Bottom line, if you're skinny and trying to build muscle, don't be afraid to eat. Fuel your body with good food, train hard, and stay consistent. The results will come, but only if you give your body what it needs to grow. Tip number 5, more doesn't always mean better. This is something that took me a while to really understand, and unfortunately, it's one of those lessons that you usually learn the hard way. When I first started lifting, I used to think training for multiple hours, doing double workout sessions, and performing 5 sets for every exercise was the secret of building muscle fast. But all that really did was increase my chances of injury, and what's the point of progress if you're constantly getting hurt and forced to take time off? I know in the beginning phases of lifting as a teen, most care about trying to lift as heavy as possible and fall into the trap of ego lifting because it seems cool. But as you get older, you realize nobody cares, at least not the way you think they do. So here's my advice to you. Leave the ego at the door. Train smart. Too many people tear their muscles by lifting something they probably shouldn't. Anytime you are lifting, pick a weight you can control through its full range of motion. Each rep should be smooth and intentional, not rushed. In fact, slowing it down usually helps you feel the muscle more and gets you better results. Rest is key to building muscle. You know this by now, so don't be afraid to take 1 to 3 rest days a week. Trust me, it's not slacking, it's just part of the process. If you find yourself swinging or using too much momentum to complete a rep, that is a clear sign to lighten up the load and tighten up your form by keeping your reps strict. Now, when it comes to making progress, intensity is king. You don't need endless sets and exercises if you're training with focus and pushing your sets close to failure. This is a skill that comes with time, but it is a game changer once you get it. Lastly, please stop testing out your 1 rep max every other week. Unless your goal is to be a power lifter, that's a different topic. If your goal is hypertrophy and wanting to build muscle, get good at getting stronger in the 6 to 12 rep range. Aim to progress in that range by adding an extra rep, increasing the weight, and improving your form week by week. Progressive overload doesn't have to be fancy, it just needs to be consistent. This will be the best way to ensure you are getting stronger, building muscle, and staying injury-free while doing it. Tip number 6. This next one is really important to me because, as some of you already know, I am a lifetime natural. That means I've never taken any enhancements or anabolic steroids, which at that point you are no longer considered natural. Over the years, especially with my transformation, there have been multiple times where people on social media accuse me of lying about my natural status or being on steroids. Now, while that's never bothered me, it is scary to think that the majority of people think the only way to lose fat and build a nice physique is through some sort of medication or drug. What's even worse is how social media glamorizes it, making steroids look like the norm, even for teenagers who are just starting out and have no clue about the long-term damage they're signing up for. But since we're here, let me just list out a few. Heart attacks, strokes, liver and kidney tumors, testicular atrophy, yes, that's exactly what that sounds like. Dino, also known as man boobs, severe acne, hair loss, depression, mood swings, roid rage, and in severe cases, death. And that's just a few, but I think you get the point. Now, don't get me wrong. I have nothing against people that have chosen to take that path. In fact, many of my friends at the gym are either on steroids or have used them in the past. At the end of the day, that is a personal choice, and everyone has the right to do what they want in their life and with their bodies. But I will be the first to tell you, you do not need steroids to build an amazing physique. What you do need is consistency, patience, and commitment to doing the simple things over and over again for years, especially if you're a team. Just imagine if you locked in everything we've talked about, training smart, eating right, sleeping well, and stuck with it for the next 10 years. Your results would be insane, but that's the problem. Most people don't have patience. They're focused on the now, not the long-term consequences. Trust me, I get it. The simple things aren't the sexiest and they won't blow up on TikTok, but believe me, the basic stuff we've covered done consistently, that's what actually works. That's what builds a strong, natural, and long-lasting, healthy body. All right, last one, tip number 7. And honestly, this might be the most important lesson of them all. If you can really understand this, it will save you a ton of time and frustration. Most people are always worried about what's the best diet, what's the best form of cardio, or what's the best training routine. But what most people don't understand is it doesn't matter what the best is. If you can't stick to it, you won't do it. Therefore, it is not the best for you. Key word here is you. For example, if I said the best way to burn fat is running 2 miles every day, but you hate running and it makes your knees hurt, does that mean that you're doomed forever? Of course not. You simply find a different alternative that you enjoy that allows you to stay active. Being able to be adherent is far more important to your overall success than seeking the best protocols. If you can stick with something long term, that's what's going to lead to results, not some perfect plan you quit after a week. There are so many training styles and diet approaches out there these days, and that's actually a good thing because it means you have options. But it also means that there's no one-size-fits-all solution. Your routine should be built around your preferences, schedule, and your lifestyle that seem most realistic for you. Fitness is supposed to enhance your life, not consume it. So build something sustainable, something you enjoy, and something you'll actually show up to day after day, week after week, because at the end of the day, the best plan is the one you'll actually stick to. Now, for those of you who made it this far in the video, let me leave you with some quick bonus tips. Find a training partner, someone who can hold you accountable and push you to be better. Trust me, having that support makes a huge difference, especially on the days you don't feel motivated. A major part about your fitness journey is simply having fun. Enjoy the process, the wins, the lessons, and everything that comes with it. Don't see it as a sprint, but more so a marathon. I know that may sound long, but the real goal is to build habits you can keep for life. If you're a teenager watching this, listen closely. It's never too late to start. You don't need to be perfect, just focus on being a little bit better each day. That's it. Life's all about learning, and the best way to learn is by doing. Now, I can't lie. There are so many times I wish I started sooner. The feeling of regret sucks, but the only way to avoid it is to just take that first step. You'll never know what you're capable of if you never try. So don't be afraid to start. We all start somewhere, and when in doubt, remember this. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, I appreciate it if you guys smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Share this video with someone that needs to hear this, and I'll catch you all in the next video.